Hey everybody, my name's Adam. I have opinions as inflammatory as hemorrhoids. And wow, this week has been pretty disturbing. Well, in the comic book industry, the whole thing is that I've witnessed industry-wide collusion due to one man, Joe Quesada. Well, Joe Quesada is a guy that runs Marvel. He's a CCO. And with him, he basically went on this insane Twitter rant attacking customers. Because they're harassing, creators where they're violently criticizing them. And he takes it to heart when, if you criticize, somebody. And the whole thing is, there is, he's trying to take away and actually actively censor people. He hasn't blocked anyone yet that I know of, but he endorses, the whole thing of blockbotting too, which is hurting the industry. And then we have pros from DC, backing him, like Scott Snyder, Andy Diggle, and numerous amounts of competent writers and artists having his back, being like, yeah, Joe, you tell the customers. Where it's kind of like a matter of hypocrisy with Scott Snyder, where he's playing a dual-edged sword, where he's trying to reach out and say, hey, you guys are allowed to criticize, creators and stuff, and then he just turns around and backs up a guy that supports blockbotting. And it's kind of screwed up. And another thing is that Bob Iger is actually, colluding with Jeff Bezos, another, so-called journalist from the Washington Post, to write a hit piece on Comicsgate. Which it's like the top of Disney Corporation. It's like, yeah, you can go on, write a hit piece on Comicsgate, which is going to hurt Disney with this information I'm disclosing too, because we have it's just this whole big bunch of collusion. So I basically boycotted the big four: Marvel, DC, Image, and IDW. I'll buy Dark Horse stuff, and I'm gonna just stick with Alterna Comics, which they have only 2 gimmicks. $1.50, new 3 gimmicks. $1.50 cover price, printed on newsprint, and wonderful stories. They have something for everybody. And in other news, CBR basically did a hit piece on Peter Simeti about him not endorsing Blockbox, and they listened to this Michael Myers guy, which he worked at Alterna, right? And he was pulled off, but it turns out he never even worked at Alterna Comics. And he was talking about where he's a freelancer, basically. And he's slandering Peter Simeti big time. And the whole thing is, he's going to pursue legal action against them, which is a good thing. Because, heck, he's a good guy. Because, hey, he's a part of Comicsgate. Why? I'm a part of it. No politics, good art, good story. And, professionalism. The 3 things we beg of from the pros in the industry. And he's a consummate professional. I highly recommend, you check that publication out, too, because, oh my god, I bought a bunch of stuff digitally. So good, I've got to fork over the extra 50 cents per issue to own them physically. Man, yeah, it's just been a screwed up week. And, well, my favorite insane guy in the industry, speaking sarcastically, is that Dan Slott. It was called racist by carrying Sinich. Like a guy that, like, begged on GoFundMe for a sandwich and shit like that. Like for food and stuff. Because he was broke because, website he was running imploded on him. Massive people. And he's being like, yeah, you're a wrong finger, you're a racist, sexist, misogynist, blah, 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 all that kind of good stuff on top of it, too. And, wait, what was I? Oh, and, okay, and going back to Alterna, a couple weeks ago, Mark Wade attacked them. Again. This is the second attack on an Asian-owned business in like recent times, less than 6 months, because Anarchic Press, it's owned by a couple of Chinese brothers. Peter Smeddy, he's half Chinese. So the whole thing is, he just like went after like Peter Smeddy for like not wanting to blockbot and stuff, just attacking him, and then all these pros just dogpiled on top of the poor guy. And he was pushed. He had to take a break from social media, and he was pushed to having suicidal thoughts because of like all these people, like from the big two, like or the big four, just dogpiling on top of him and saying a bunch of hurtful things to him, and it's wrong. It is, like it's. It's like, God, where did these people's morals go? Like, you know what? Just follow, like, I think it's time to send these, like, people a message by full-on boycotting the corporations and making them dwindle and crash, basically. And the whole thing is, it's just, like, really, really messed up. It is. It's the most fucked up shit I've ever seen happen. Industry-wide collusion, like collusion between media and like news and entertainment. Jesus Christ, like they, like Marvel and DC to me, along with Image and IDW, have nailed my wallet shut so fast. It's easy to say no more. Well, until next time, I'll see you guys around. Stay safe. Be careful. Take care out there. And have a good day. I'm signing off.